Hello, welcome back to English 1, Unit 7, Part 2, Work and Free Time. This is Professor Neil and his Tia Younghee.
Hello, Tia Young is back for Part 2.
So Younghee, what do you like to do in your free time?
Free time? I like just staying home. Practicing my castanets.
Yes, we've heard that one before. Yes, Younghee likes those. In the last unit, we did speaking to. We shot through that. So we're going to have a quick look at the self-practice. But it says self-practice. It's talking about times. So here in self-practice, you're supposed to write down it's 3:15. So here it's like 7. So you're supposed to write it's 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Here you're supposed to write it's 11:05 or it's 11:05. Here it's 6:10. Here it's 4:35. Here it's 8:45. Here it's 10:30. Here it's 6:15. It's 9:20. Practice saying these times. So that's self-practice. We're not going to.
But Professor, there's an interesting word. Quarter.
Quarter. Yeah, quarter past.
Quarter past. Quarter means
15.
1/4 of the time.
Yeah, there are 60 minutes in 1 hour, and so 15 is a quarter of 60, and so that is...
Okay, that 1/4 of 60, so that is 15 minutes.
Yeah, so 10:30 or 10:30. It's 10:30.
Oh, so people say quarter quite a lot?
Yeah, it's 6:15.
And so you say 3:15. You can say it's 3:15.
It's 3:15.
You can also say it's 3:15.
Yes.
So past means it's already gone, right? After 3.
Yes. You could also say it's 8:45, or you could say it's 8:45.
Because if you go 15 minutes toward 9 o'clock, right?
Yes.
So 8:45. Or you can say 8:45.
Yeah, so we'll just go through these times again.
It's 7 o'clock. It's 11:05. You can simply say 5:50, but normally people prefer to say 6:10. Number 4, it's 4:35. And number 5, I will try. I learned it. It is 8:45.
Yes.
Or you can say 8:45.
Yeah. See, here we say 8:45 or 8:45. I mean, there are options.
And then number 6, you can say either 10:30 or 10:30. And number 7, 6:15 or it's 6:15. Finally, 9:20.
Yeah, or 9:20.
9:20. Because
that's a lot of self-practice.
It is difficult.
Yes, because it is difficult. You want to practice.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we're back to talking about occupations and work and jobs. So here we're doing classroom activity, the work they do. So here on the page, you've got like a secretary, an actress, a doctor, a waitress, a flight attendant, a sales guy. And this is the type of work they do. So we're going to go through them. And if you have the book, you want to try and match them up in advance. Like a doctor heals patients. A secretary
organizes office details.
Yeah, an actress
performs in movies.
We've done a doctor heals patients, a waitress,
Serves food in a restaurant.
and a flight attendant.
Helps passengers on an airplane.
And a sales clerk.
Sells things to customers.
Yes. Now, this is just the page, we're on page 55. If you also have page 103, if you have the book, you have more on page 103. And these are the ones on page 103. Got a pilot, an athlete, a chef, an architect, a reporter, a lawyer. But we'll come back to those. Alright? Because we're going to practice them. So if you don't have the book, take a picture. Alright, and store it in your phone and come back to it. Because here we have things. So it's notice here the question is what does a janitor do? Not what does he do, but what does a janitor do? So what is his job? What is his occupation? What does he do? So what is his occupation? He is a janitor. Oh, what does a janitor do? A janitor cleans buildings. Good job. Thanks to him, our buildings stay clean. So we should be very grateful to the work he does.
Janitor cleans buildings.
So we have other occupations here. A reporter, a pilot, an athlete, an architect, a lawyer, a chef.
Go a bit faster.
Yeah. So a reporter. Let's start with a reporter. Oh, and we got the ones on page 103. A flight attendant, a waitress, a doctor, an actress, a secretary, and a sales clerk. So we've got a janitor. We've answered the question, what does a janitor do? A janitor cleans buildings. So let's practice this, right? So we did this before. What is her occupation? She is a reporter. Okay, so now the question is, what does a reporter do? So Yonghi, what does a reporter do?
She reports news.
Yes, yes. Well, according to the book. Oh, you need page 103, so I'll have to give you the answer for this one. So here, Yonghi, looking at the picture, what does a reporter do?
A reporter announces news stories.
Yes, a reporter announces news stories. So notice from the grammar before, the do is in the question, but it's not in the answer. Don't worry, Yonghi, it's going to be on the screen. So let's do a pilot. What is his occupation? As we said, he is a pilot. What does a pilot do? So what does a pilot do?
He flies airplanes.
Yes, he flies airplanes. What is his occupation?
He's an athlete.
Yes. What does an athlete do?
An athlete plays professional sports.
Yes, an athlete plays professional sports. So notice the verb here. Notice there's no do. You could say an athlete does play professional sports. Yonghi, do you play professional sports?
No.
No, me neither. I don't play professional sports. What is her occupation?
She's an architect.
What does an architect do?
She designs buildings.
Very good, yes. An architect designs buildings, or as Yonghi said, she designs buildings because she is an architect. What is her occupation?
She's a lawyer.
What does a lawyer do?
Professor, you have to show me.
Okay.
A lawyer helps people in court.
Very nice. A lawyer helps people in court. And the last one. A chef. He is a chef. What does a chef do?
He cooks food in a restaurant.
A chef cooks food in a restaurant. So that is answering the question. Occupation, what do they do? What does their job do? So that fills in the gaps. So the other one we're talking about here is activities, free time. So before, that was all talking about work and jobs. Now we're going to look at free time and activities. So here we have 12 activities, but we're not going to go through all of them, but we'll just explain each picture. So Yongi, which one is swim?
D.
D, so swim. Which one is jog?
J.
J. Which one is take pictures?
A.
A. And cook?
I.
I?
Oh no, L.
L, yes. And play computer games?
I.
I. And watch movies?
K.
K. Go shopping?
G.
Read books?
F.
Listen to music?
C.
Meet friends?
P.
Play billiards?
E.
E. And go to the gym?
12.
Yes. So these are free time activities. Free time activities. They're talking about your free time. Your free time is when you are not working. So Yoonghee, what does she like to do in her free time?
She likes taking photographs.
Yeah, she likes taking, or she likes to take pictures, or she likes to take photographs. And so that's A. What do they like to do in their free time?
They like to meet together.
Ah, very good, yes. They like to meet friends, or they like to meet each other, or they like to get together. And what does she like to do in her free time?
She likes to listen to the music.
She likes to listen to the music, or she likes to listen to music in her free time. What does he like to do in his free time?
He likes to swim.
Okay, so yeah, that's probably enough. You can see it's all about he likes, she likes, they like. And that is talking about things people like to do in their free time. So how about you, Yoonghee? Which of these do you like to do in your free time?
I like listening to music and reading books and going shopping.
Oh, very good.
And yeah, that's it.
Good. Thanks, Yoonghee. See, that's the point. Sharing with your classmates. Hopefully, we'll get to do that soon together. For now, we're going to do the listening. So we have a listening section here. And where are we in the listening? Alright, so we have listen to the conversations and choose the correct answers. People's daily lives. So your daily lives. This includes your work and your free time. So listen to the conversations and choose the correct answers. So number one, we are just going to read one of the answers. One of the answers from each of the sections. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. So number one, where does Christine live? Number two, what does James do? Number 3, how do Kyle and Ted get to work? And 4, what does Julie do for fun? So Yoonghee, you ask the question, I'll read the answer. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 1, where does Christine live?
She lives downtown.
Number 2. What does James do?
He's an office manager.
Number 3. How do Carl and Ted get to work?
On foot.
Number 4. What does Julie do for fun?
Badminton. All right, let's just do it one more time. So you read the question, I'll read the answer.
Where does Christine live?
She lives downtown.
Number 2. What does James do?
He's an office manager.
Number 3. How do Carl and Ted get to work?
On foot.
Number 4. What does Julie do for fun?
Badminton. Okay, so number 1. Where does Christine live? The answer was Young-hee?
She lives downtown.
Yeah, B. She lives downtown. Alright, and number 2. What does James do?
He is an office manager.
Yeah, he is an office manager. A. He is an office manager. And number 3.
Carl and Ted get to work on foot.
On foot. That means they are walking. They are walking to work. And the last one.
Julie plays badminton.
Badminton. Okay, so that's people's daily lives. Hopefully you took some notes. Alright, we're just going to do the pronunciation. We're just going to do some listen and practice. So here, linking sounds with do and does. Listen and practice saying the linked sounds with do and does. So I'm just going to ask Young-hee the questions. So all these are questions. And, well, Young-hee can't give an answer, so because we don't know who she is. So I'm just going to listen and practice. Where does she work? When does she start? What does she do? Where do you work? When do you start? What do you do? Where do they work? When do they start? What do they do? Notice how you can emphasize the do. Like, where do you work? When do you start? What do you do? You can emphasize them if you want to add extra strength to them. So yes, but in this case, we don't want to emphasize it. We want to link the sound. So when I say, where does she work? When does she start? What does she do? Where do you work? When do you start? What do you do? Yeah, you always love it. Where do they work? When do they start? What do they do? Alright, good. Let's just get the
Professor Neil is very British. He can't really do American link sound. So Americans say, where does she work? When does she start? What does she do? And then they say, where do you work? When do you start? What you do? Instead of saying do you, they say where do you work? When do you start? What you do? And where do they work? Where do they start? What do they do?
Oh, what a strange way of speaking.
So we have to notice that some people might link these two words as if one word. But most British people like Professor Neil prefer clarity.
Yes, and what are they doing here? I don't know. But anyway, that's the book. That's the book's idea. I disagree with it on pronunciation here because I like to enunciate my words. Alright, good. That was the pronunciation bit. What fun that was. Now we're going to look at the reading and writing. An exciting job. Young-hee, in the picture.
Wow, he's got massive, long what is it called?
Camera
Lens.
lens. Camera lens.
Very, very long and almost like a camouflage.
Camouflaged, yeah. So where is he standing?
Somewhere like a swamp.
Yeah, it looks like a swamp.
Yeah, swamp.
Okay, so here we have a reading. So in this case, listen to the reading and then answer the questions after. So let's first of all read it and then let's go through the questions after. This is Bob Wilson. He has a very good job. He travels all over the world. He learns about different cultures and ways of life, and he tries to show them through his photographs. He is a travel photographer for a magazine. His job is fun, but it is also hard. He wakes up early in the morning and he works until late. Sometimes he goes to difficult places like high mountains or thick jungles. Also, he carries a lot of heavy camera equipment when he works. Bob loves his job because every day is different for him. He enjoys working in unusual locations and meeting new people. His goal is to share the beauty of the world with readers of his magazine. So yeah, this is Bob Wilson. He has a very good job and he travels all over the world. And now we're going to ask the questions about his occupation and his job. So we have the 4 questions. What does Bob Wilson do? So that's what is his job? What is his occupation? What does he carry when he works? So find the verb carry. Does Bob work in an office? That's a yes or no. Why does he love his job? So notice the why. So why is usually looking for something to do with because. Because. So take a moment, search through the reading, answer the 4 questions. I'm going to give you the answers in about 10 seconds. So if you need to pause the video, write the answers. If you don't want to pause the video, don't pause the video, and the answers are going to come now. So, Younghee, what does Bob Wilson do?
He is a travel photographer for a magazine.
Yes, even better than my answer. He is a travel photographer. What does he carry when he works?
He carries a lot of heavy camera equipment.
Yes, we've got the verb here, carries. Carry, carries. He carries a lot of heavy camera equipment when he works. Does Bob work in an office?
Not really.
Not really. No, he does. Yeah, exactly. No, he does not. Maybe he does.
He has to when he do the photograph printing work or something.
Yeah, and it says here he wakes up early and he works until late. But usually he's working outside. The idea is usually he's working outside. And lastly, why does he love his job?
Because he enjoys working in unusual locations and meeting new people.
Yeah, but here we've got the because every day is different for him.
Okay.
But yes, he enjoys working in unusual locations and meeting new people is part of that answer. So your answer is good too.
Because every day is different for him.
Yeah. Great. Well, that looks like we're pretty much at the end because grammar review is self-practice. That's something for you to practice at home and check the answers in the back of the book. And we'll leave these for you to do because you need to practice something at home. Yeah, if you have any questions about this or anything else in the video, send us a message. But for now, thank you for joining us for English 1. That's the end of Unit 7.
Ooh, we finished!
Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the midterms and hope to see you soon someday. For now, bye from Professor Neil and bye from my TA.
Bye-bye!
Bye.